exciting day for me today as a faculty with Career Revenues, the academic head of Career Revenues. I have the pleasure and the opportunity to interact and interview one of our very good students. She's all smiles waiting for me to introduce her. So let me take no time and introduce you to Akansha. Maybe she will give an introduction with regard to why is she in this interview. And if Akansha, you could share a few insights about your overall journey with us. Yeah.
Hello, good evening, sir. I'm Akansha Verma. I have secured an AIR rank of 13 in GATE AIR 2023. It's been an absolute amazing journey with Career Revenues. I enrolled for Career Revenues in August 2022. And I prepared for around 5 to 6 months, and I'm thankful for the faculty and the administration. I thank them. It has helped me a lot in receiving this rank. Thank you.
I'm not very sure whether all the thanks can go to Career Revenues. I think you have put in a tremendous amount of effort. So I want to hear about what you did. I mean, I know what I did, honestly. So I would like to know what you did as a person, please.
When I started preparing, all my focus was on the online classes actually. I used to give my heart to that 2-3 hours of classes, and also after the classes I used to revise the notes and do the homework provided by the faculty on that day itself. I used to not leave it for some other day, and if I had any doubts, I would directly reach out to the faculty and they would clear the doubts in a day or two, at max 4-5 days, but they would reach to me, and that I'm very grateful for that actually. And also the study material has helped me a lot. Like I have learned the entire study material and it is exhaustive, and I don't think I need to study anything else apart from the study material. And yeah, it is amazing.
One thing I noticed, Akansha, while I think from the hundreds of students that we have, you are among the top 3 students who have consumed our entire course. Okay. As I was saying, the practice test you have consumed 98% of it. Section test you have consumed 100% of it. Aptitude you have not consumed everything. I could see that.
Yeah,
mocks also you have done all the 8. So I could see that you have used every single component of our course. Point 1. Point 2, it was not just opening the tests and looking at the questions. So we could see that you spent time on each of those tests, and your scores have also fluctuated. They have improved over a period of time, etc. So I can see the effort which has gone in. Do you want to talk something more about it?
Actually, in the first mock test, I got 38 out of 125, and I was really disappointed. But as our faculty said, don't get disheartened by your mock test. It does not matter. The practice you put into it, the time you spent on clearing your doubts, even in the mock question, that will help, and it surely did. In the last mock test, I believe I have received on marks above 80, I guess. I'm not sure, but yeah, in one of the mock tests,
around 76 is what you did get in the last mock.
In last, last, I believe I have above 80. Yeah.
Correct. The last one I saw, okay, so that's the second thing that I noticed about you. 2 things. One was that you are very strong in numerical questions. Am I right?
Might be. Actually, there was very less amount of numerical in GATE, but I did prepare for all the numericals, similar whatever was in mocks and everything.
So when I see the performance in our mocks, I could see that in most of the places where there were numericals, you have got 2 out of 2 in most places. That is one very great thing, that you have reached out to solve the numerical questions. Point 1. And point 2, which I did see, was that you have amongst the highest accuracy amongst all our students in Career Revenues, which means in each paper, if I were to look at each of those tests, I have seen only 4 or 5 wrong answers. Otherwise, it has largely been correct. And there have been papers where you have scored less. And when you have scored less, it has not been because of negative marking. It is just because you have not answered a lot of
Yes,
questions. So I think you are being very watchful out there that it may be a tough test. So let me not just go
yes.
and mess it around.
I was very calculative about the negative marking. I used to avoid it at all costs because I did not want it. Even in gate examination, I was prepared that I don't have to lose marks in negative marking. I believe I have lost around less than 3 marks in negative. That too is a lot more than my mock test, I think. But yeah, at that time I had to take some risk. So yeah.
So what did you do to build this very high accuracy? I mean, see, there are 2 things. One is the confidence with which you attempt or leave a question. Okay, that is part one. I mean, whatever is your skill, I could probably take it to the Indian cricket team that if you get a ball like this, you should probably avoid, hitting it if you know that there's your chances of getting out are high. So I think that part you managed reasonably well. And the second obviously comes in terms of the sheer depth of knowledge that yes, I know my subject, and whatever I know it well. So
Yes, I did give a lot in revision. Actually, during the month of January, I did not study anything apart from my studied ones notes. I made revision notes and I used to revise it regularly. Not that I used to give just a few days, like one day I will revise and the other 6 to 6 days I will study new things. No, I did not do that. I In the month of January, I did not study anything new. I was very much prepared that I have to score out of this only. I cannot study anything else from this. I won't just clutter with my mind with anything else apart from my notes and the videos, like online videos. I used to watch it. We watch it actually. The classes, online classes, videos. Yeah.
I think that's a second important thing which helps that you may have attended a class, you may have made your notes out of them, but you're still going to go back to a video and still there could be a couple of things that you will learn fresh,
Yeah.
or especially when you have seen it after 3 or 4 or 5 months, then you view the entire thing from a slightly different perspective and it helps you fill your gaps of knowledge. Correct?
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes happens that we get busy during online lectures. I used to not miss any online lectures. I don't think I have missed a single one. But when I could not concentrate like fully, then I used to rewatch it. When I was revising, I used to rewatch some, especially climatology. I have rewatched all the videos of climatology. I was slightly not good at it.
Okay. So you're not good at climatology and your strategy was let me rewatch the videos, let me spend a little more time on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we advise that if there is an area of weakness, okay, and if it is from the common sections, you can probably afford to still put less effort on it because the amount of effort which is going to be required to get you up to a top level may be too high, to do. But climatology is an important section because you have 6 or 7 marks which typically come, and there are numerical questions in that as well.
Yeah.
And what would you advise people? Like, can they go with 1 or 2 sections not so well prepared, or do you think that you would tell them that no, whatever are the 7+3 sections that you need to work on, you need to be 100% prepared on all of them? What's your advice?
I believe you should be 100% prepared for that. Like all the subjects, you should prepare, and at least for the common part, I think I did prepare for the common part, for the architecture part, and the planning part as well. Actually, I decided prior to the exam that I would just go for architecture part. That is part D1. But when I saw the questions during examination, and I was amazed that thank God I have prepared for planning part as well, because I was scoring better marks in planning part. And in contrary to my preparation, I did study for architecture more. But during the examination, I go for planning because And also our faculties always told us that you should prepare the entire syllabus, not leave out either architecture part or planning part, because during examination you never know you which part you are going to score well. So yeah, that
Correct.
has helped me a lot.
Normally, what we advise people is at least till the third or the fourth mock, be prepared with both. And by the time you do a couple of mocks, you get a sense whether it's working or not for you. Either the architecture or the planning. Then last 1 month you can focus more on architecture or more on planning. But in your case, because you're pretty well prepared, from what I find in your preparation, you are pretty systematic and very organized. So I think you could do justice to preparing for both of them, which is not an easy job, honestly. I mean, it worked for you, and it is not an easy job. And to make that switch on the D-Day,
Really. It was a difficult decision. It really was. But I had to score more marks, and I was getting around 5 marks in architecture. And I said, no, I cannot take this risk. I have to score more than 20 in that part. Uh, So in planning, I did more
Okay.
than 20.
All right. So this is something which there's a lot to learn for the students as well. That let's be open about it, especially if we are still open to maybe for your
Yes.
emerge, you're open to both the options. Then let us not close any of the doors out here. I think that's a big takeaway that we get
Yes.
from overall what you have done. So what's next? What is your plan now? Now that you have got an AIR 30?
Now I would like to get enrolled in construction management at IIT Delhi, but let's hope for the best. I might go to IIT Bombay as well, but I'm more interested in IIT Delhi. So, yeah.
Great. Now, so let's put it this way, that your preparation strategy has been a lot of hard work. Okay, a lot of well planned, organized, sincere work, and there are a set of students who are like you, and there are a lot of students who are more I've not put it natural, but they are not as organized as you, and yet they get a good rank or a good score. So there are two totally distinct categories of students who are there. If you're what is your advice to the first category? I mean, you put a nice plan. What is the planning that you have used? Because I think that would be useful learning for the students as well.
Initially, I did not plan it that well, but as actually I joined the coaching in August, so I was very much scared. Oh, I have joined so late. How could I manage all this? So I took one thing at a time. I used to complete one entire subject, sometimes even before the classes, online classes. I used to finish my part. I used to self-study that part, and even if I have doubts, or else I used to get some extra knowledge from the online classes, which I might have missed during my self-study, then I used to clear my doubts thereof only. And also, second thing is, I believe you should give maximum time to revision part. It is actually very important, the revision part.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. I think there are two things which you have said out here. One is not coming into the class to learn something, coming into the class to fill the gaps in your knowledge, which means what you have told me, you learned or you read the book beforehand, and then you go into the class. The class becomes so much more easier to manage, because online class, 2.5 hours of intense concepts being thrown, etc., it can become overwhelming at times. So if you are a little prepared or well prepared also for the class,
Yeah.
the class becomes that much more easy for you. So
It
that's a
helps
big
a lot. Yeah.
that's a big takeaway. And the second thing what you have mentioned is August is also not too late. You can pretty much do it, but it is always safer to play, and
Yeah.
start a little early, right?
Most of my batchmates enrolled in March only, so I was pretty much scared around that time, but it has went well for me. So yeah, and also these videos of toppers and have like the last year toppers, something AIR 1 to 13, they have helped me a lot when I used to feel not motivated, as like I I did not wanted to study someday or for a few hours, I used to open my YouTube and watch these videos, and this has motivated me a lot. And I'm really grateful for these sessions as well.
So this is awesome. I'm going to use your video. I'm going to pin your video to the top because people should hear this part that these videos motivate you. I never thought of it that way. It is brilliant, and it's very important because you are seeing people who would have probably gone through the same trouble, the same hard work and the same effort, and they have come out well. And whether they have whether you have performed average or above average or very well, you still take a lot of solace from the fact that it is not sheer luck that you succeed in an examination. It is a lot of strategy, hard work, effort, which all goes into the things. So I'm sure that this particular video of ours, this is going to be a super hit, and people are really going to appreciate what you have shared with them.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So it has been a pleasure speaking to you. Any other advice that you would like to give to the students, please? Yeah.
I would say don't don't get disheartened with mocks as I did, but then eventually I did prepare well. So give your time to revision and just go for it. You will go good if you have done your hard work, and yeah.
I could see that from the mock scores that you were getting, that you had that confidence right through. Maybe just a couple of blips here and there, but otherwise just the sheer amount of effort was very visible, and we are pretty confident that you get a good rank. So congratulations to you again on securing an AIR 30.
Thank you so much.
And all the best to you. We hope we continue to motivate other students in the future in whichever way it is possible.
Yes, you will definitely.
Thank you, Akansha. Thank you so much for spending your time with our students.